Roya and Elaha, thank you so much for your time. This movie means so much to me, being the fact that my daughter is in robotics, and I have seen so much growth with her from the 3 years that she's been doing it. I can't imagine how it could affect an entire population of girls that need that kind of inspiration. Um, Roya, let's start with you. Tell me, what does it mean to you to bring this story to the big screen?
Well, I mean, watching our journey coming to this film is both, personal and emotional. But obviously, this film is a fictionalized version of our lives. But there are many moments that I think that the director and the writers did great jobs to bring it real events and be close to the events and telling the films to be authentic as possible. And at least they capture it, the struggle, the doubt, and the moment of the victories and the determination that define our past. Obviously, we are very proud and grateful that our story has been told in such a right way and in this beautiful way. But we hope that this film is not only about the robotics computation. It's more than that. It's telling the bigger stories, the stories of the struggle for the education, fighting for equality of the education, breaking the barriers and changing the mindset, and also showing the talent and the resilience of the Afghan women who refuse to be limited by social barriers. It's showing that obviously we face with the challenges, not as only a robotic team, but as a group of the women in a conservative communities. Obviously, we are humbled and we are honored that our film is coming out to telling our stories to the world. But I hope that this sparked the conversation about how it's important that women everywhere have access to STEM education, specifically in the field of engineering and science and robotics and AI, because this is the future and women must be part of it.
As part of the writing team, tell me what were some of the keys to making sure that the film stood out. The film was, like Roy was saying, more than just the competition the girls were going to, but really, really getting to the core of the issue of these girls' everyday struggle.
Yeah, no. So the most important thing for me was obviously like making sure that the experience that girls had were like, and what we are showing in the movie is true to that, and like making sure that for me, as grew up in Afghanistan, I also were part of the team, so I experienced so much of it, and also like hearing some of their stories help us to bring that personal aspect to the writing a script, and making sure that those stories has been told that consider the societal situation in Afghanistan. We bring all these values along with the challenges, and making sure that also we deliver the core message of hope and courage of these girls within that script. And also the most important thing for me was that we make sure that we show a side of Afghanistan that has never been seen in the media. Like you always see that conflict and war is like, what they show in the media, that always create a sense of hopelessness, I would say. And instead, we wanted to focus on a different side that's filled with the hope, that's filled with highlight the journey of these young girls who were like, did amazing thing in STEM, and they despite all the challenges that they face. And like I'm very proud to be part of this movie to actually amplify their voices and making sure that people understand that side of Afghanistan and Afghan women who are actually the change makers.
How important is it that films like this are seen on the big screen? We've seen the last few years that it's become more and more challenging to really grasp audiences and get their attention, let alone let a studio take the risk and take the initiative to put a film like this out. Roy, what does it mean to you that we're going to be able to see this on the big screen? We'll be able to share this with other people. I know that Angel Studios has a great initiative where you can even pay it forward so other people can see it. What does that mean to you?
I think that first of all, we really appreciated what Angela said you've done and supporting this film to telling our stories to the world. But I hope that the film can inspire many people to understand that, especially obviously the film is as a message of hope and resilience of the women who have dared to have a bigger dream. But I also hope that, women knows that the film is going to prove that no dream is going to be bigger, no obstacle is too great, and no voices is too small to bring the changes. And I hope that it's encouraging the communities, the families, and the policymakers about the importance of the access to quality of education, and especially in a STEM field, because STEM is the future. And yeah, I mean, robotics is an interesting field. It's more than the working with the machines and the electronic part. I think that it's about innovation. It's about creativity. It's about problem solving and bringing some things to the community to solve the issues. It's bringing people from different background, different culture, different religion, different idea of the politics, but all come together at the end of the day to solve a problem and working teamwork to change that things. And I think that is the beauty of the robotics and AI and STEM. So I hope that this is bringing that conversation that STEM is important, and women should be must be part of it.
And I also
Yep.
can add in that like media is such a like movie, and media is such a strong and powerful like way to present something. So I would say it's super like important to bring this type of movie, because they create that emotional connection with the audience, and they actually see it, so they can feel like the journey and everything. And instead of just reading something, I would say it's so powerful to actually show how through a movie and connect with these audiences, and that way we can actually inspire more girls, I would say, like to either pursue STEM or like whatever like a journey that they are on it. And just that's very important, I would say, like to have media.
I know that for me, I live in a small town called Madera here in California, where for the first some of the regionals have been held, and internationally, Madera has won a few competitions. But it's an underrepresented area because of the fact that it's mostly migrant workers that live there. What is it about that type of competition that is the great equalizer that allows almost like an equal playing field, no matter where you're from, no matter your resources, and it really allows, no matter who it is, as long as you have the initiative and the talent to shine.
I think that with first robotics, we learned about that. There are many teams coming from different part of the world, and I mean there are teams that are coming from the part of the world that they have developed and they have very advanced, and then there are coming from like poor communities and poor societies. But the great thing is about that when we are all there in the competition field, it's not always to competing with each other's. It's about collaboration between them. We learn a lot that, outside of the like competition field, we are friends. They are coming to helping you. They are, coming together, as you mentioned already, like it's about ideas that is matter. It's about the talent that is matter. It's about the teamwork that's coming together and enjoying the time and figuring out how we can solve an issue. When we coming from different background, different type of like thinking, it actually is created more progress and more innovation comes together to solve an issue. I'm giving an example that during the pandemic, when we had a shortage of the ventilators, so obviously it was a collaboration of the people from outside that we're working with MIT open source ventilator, that the engineer and professor who were helping us with that process. We had other engineers, we had doctors from outside, that they all working through internet and connectivity. When we couldn't go outside of our home or outside of our lab. It all was about connections that make people to come together to solve an issue, to help create a better lives for the people around of us. And I think that's the beauty of engineering. It's more focusing on solving problem, innovation and creativity to bring the change. That's why I love the engineering. It's not politics. It's not differentiated like different ideas. Like it's more about it's that how we can come and changing some things together in the lab or in laboratory or online. So it's the beauty of the engineering and technology.
Elaha, what's your message to girls around the world who are going to see this film, be inspired, and may be struggling in their own personal situation?
I really hope this movie kind of inspired them to just find those potential inside them, and the things that they always dream to do, but like they were maybe scared of like the challenges or anything like that, to just overcome that, and like no matter what, like they go after it. And I would say, like in personal level and in the broader level, I would say I really hope this also inspire individuals to create opportunities for women and girls to actually, create more ways for them to pursue either their work in STEM or like in any, get the education if they can't, right? So yeah, I do hope this movie bring that part and an inspiration for people individually or like, organizations as well. So.
Ladies, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the film. Rule Breakers was amazing, and I hope that everybody gets a chance to see it.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Take care.